Back at Bernie's garage. As you can see, we have a Fox Body Mustang here today, and it's Jordan's car, and we're going to be cutting some metal out of the back trunk to make a frame, mount the fuel cell, and we're also going to be putting a cage and a set of subframe connectors into it. So have a look. So this is the car here. And you come over to the trunk area, and in the process of installing the fuel cell, we're going to fix a little bit of rust repair along here. And so first thing to do is we're going to get some of the metal marked. We're going to cut the spare tire area out of the car and expose all the back of the chassis rails so we can weld the frame in. Okay, so we got the rear trunk tire well out of it, and looked at it after, and quite a bit of rust in the rear rails. You can see over on this side, it's not very good there at all. So anyway, what we're going to do, got a piece of 2x3, and we're not going to fully tub it. We're going to bring the chassis back straight from where your shock towers are, and it'll come back this area here. So put a piece of 2x3, go across here here like so, and we'll run the frame rails back up off that. Okay, so we're going to put the 2x3 rear frame rails in the back of it. It's only going to be in the back section of the car, so it's not going to be a full-on tub job, obviously. But the only other thing that's a benefit of that, with the rails coming back straight in this area here, if you do decide to mini tub the car, as you do with these cars, you move the shocks in and you notch the rear frame rails. Well, with the rails in straight, you wouldn't have to notch the rear frame rails. So it'll be easier down the road if you had to put more tire onto it, or for traction purposes, or for a cool factor or something like that. But yeah, so we'll get the frame rails fabricated up. We'll get them in the car, and we'll get another picture then and see what it looks like. Okay, so we got the piece of tubing marked where we're going to put another piece of metal onto it to weld it onto the car, here and here. And they're the pieces we're going to cut out. They're about 4 by 5. So the thing is, we're going to cut them out of that piece of 1/8. Going to weld them on here where they're actually a little bit above and below the piece of tubing, and then we'll weld that part onto the car. Because if you actually just try to weld the piece of tubing onto the car, it's just not going to weld right. And at least this part, the 1/8 will fasten much better than trying to weld a piece of 2x3 square onto it. So that's the plan. We're going to get this piece in first, and we're going to probably cut one rail out at a time, make sure everything's level. Probably put some jack stands under it, level her up and such. And then we'll put one rail in at a time and see how that works. Okay, and as you can see, we have the mount pieces made onto the tubing. One there and one there. So this area gives us lots of room to weld to onto the sheet metal of the car. So there we go, and we'll shortly show it welded onto the car. So as you can see, the rear frame brace crosses across the back, and we have the rear frame rails in place, the old ones put off, and we're in the process of putting the cross members across to mount the fuel cell in. So we got the horizontal ones across, we got with the vertical ones in here, and around this area going up, and we'll make a bottom reinforcement to mount the cell in. Alright, another update. So we got the supports put in for the fuel cell, and we got the bottom brackets put in for the fuel cell. So it's looking pretty good there. We got to finish welding them in, but we'll just lay the fuel tank down and have a look at it. So there's the fuel cell in place, and we already measured it with the bumper down. It's probably, you can see it, probably you just see the lines about an inch under the bumper. So and still here, we're right here, it's about it's less than a half inch down above the floor. So if you wanted, you could sheet the whole floor over and just cut the hole in the center and put your lines out, or you could have it flush, or like I said, the foam, time puts the foam around the bottom brackets is going to raise it about a half inch anyway. So there you have it. Next thing now is to start sheeting the flooring. Okay, so here we're back at it again, and put a little gusset here in this area here. This will support the shock. We'll finish later on. Now we plate another piece here to bring it back into the frame rail off the other side, and we have this side done as well. So what we have done now is we got this piece of metal. We got it fitted and all the holes drilled in for spot welds, and we'll put that in and fit that in like that and start sheeting in the back all around the fuel cell. And here's our Fox body again, and we give you a little update. So Seth and Jordan's been working on at it. We had most of the sheet metal finished into it. We got another little bit up here that got to be installed, and you can see it there right now. Get this outlined here. Probably we're going to put a battery box too. So we're continuing on trying to get stuff done with it, but like I said, the fuel cell and the rails are repaired into it, so we're going to keep on moving along with it.